sat at the table and I feasted on things that poisoned me. Things like insecurity, right? We all have insecurities, every single one of us. Why? Because we're not looking at the fingerprints, we're looking at the people. Jealousy. I've been jealous of almost every woman I've ever seen because I can find so much good in other people. I have a really hard time finding it in myself. By nature, I'm an encourager. I love people. Like, I love people. Like, if I could get paid to literally wear a cheerleader outfit with your face on it, with pom-poms, and like cheer for you and everything that you do, I would do that and I would be so happy. That's just my heart. I love it. It's just fun. And it's so easy for me to do that for every single one of you and cheer, and you could be like, I can't do it. I'd be like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You got this. You got this. But then for myself, I'm like, girl, sit down. You don't even belong at this table, right? We do that for people. But then we don't do it for ourselves. There was like a meme or I used to call him a Mimi until one of my little girls that I mentor says that Miss Ashleydawn, that's a meme. Okay, fine. So it said, you'll set yourself on fire to keep the people around you warm. And that hit my soul. I'll say it again. Yeah. You'll set yourself on fire to keep the people around you warm. How many of us do that? I'll be here for you. Oh, you got a new business? Oh, I'll buy from you. Oh, I'm supporting you. I'm supporting you. But you're not supporting your own business. You're not supporting your own vision. You're not supporting your own dreams, right? You're burning yourself and hurting yourself for everybody around you, but you won't do it for yourself. You're cheering everybody else on, telling them how beautiful they are, telling them how wonderful they are, telling them how everything that God has for them is good. But you look at yourself in the mirror and you rip yourself apart and you say you'll never do anything and you're not good enough and God doesn't love you. And you speak these lies that the enemy is like, bloop, bloop, bloop. And instead of being, bleh, you say them. Right? We gotta get that junk out of our spirit. So things like envy, wanting what other people have, coveting, right? I wanted what a lot of people have. I'm single, so I see someone, with a happy relationship. I'm like, oh, I like that. And I'm like, oh, but you can do whatever you want. I'm like, oh, no, I don't want that. I'm kidding, kind of, not really. Sometimes I look at people and I'm like, oh, I want that. Or I see a big fancy car. Like, I love trucks. I had a big old jacked up truck on 44 and super swampers from high school, and I loved it. It's so awesome. And so I know you're like, ew, that's ugly. And I see trucks and I'm like, man, I'd like to have that truck, like a nice Silverado with like blacked out black, like matte black, frosted black. Yes. But then when I'm like envying and being jealous of other people's cars, I think, oh, I gotta pay that payment. I don't want their car payment. My car is paid off. It's a 2008. It runs great. Thank you, Jesus. But I don't want that car payment. Oh man, that house looks nice. I don't have a washer and dryer in my house. I've never had one. Well, I did for like a month. But I told y'all I grew up in a school bus, right? Like a school bus. Like I grew up in it. Like I lived in it. It was airbrushed, like hippie van. Yeah. So why did I say that? I could look at people with a washer and dryer and be like, you gotta pay to get that lint cleaned. We look at people's things and we look at people's lives and we don't know the cost it takes them to upkeep it. I could look at your hair and be like, man, your hair is beautiful. How many hours you spend on your hair? You know what I mean? But we look at that and we don't think about that. We see someone that just came out the salon and we're like, wow, I want my hair like that. They sat there for 10 and a half hours. Do you want to sit there for 10 and a half hours? I don't. Do you want to pay their car payment? I don't. Right? We don't want what other people have. We just want the facade of it. And that's deep. We got to get rid of this facade. Like, who are we trying to impress? God is not impressed by our facades. He's got that x-ray vision. And he's like, the facade's for nothing. It's for people. But like I said at the beginning of today, do people got holes in their hands? Self-inflicted maybe, but not from nails. Not from nails. Jesus has holes in his hands. We should be living for his approval, not for people's. So, and shame. I know we all carry shame, and we shouldn't. We were just in Lenora's class. That was awesome. You should let it go. Give it to God and let it go. Don't let that shame eat at you. And she was talking about it's a toxic poison that literally is killing you. It's a sickness you got to get out of you. And I've experienced people being used to poison me that I allowed them, right? Toxic people that you know are not good for you, but you, hi, come sit next to me, make yourself let me light myself on fire so you can be water. It's true. God gives us checks in our spirit, and he helps us to be like, oh, that person maybe isn't the best for you. That person maybe doesn't have the same vision. You can love them, you can pray for them, right? Jesus had his circles. He had his 12 circles, he had his 5 circle, he had his 3 circle, he had his God circle. Nobody was in his circle with God except him. His 3 circle was the people that he could trust the most. His 5 circle was the people he could trust after that. His 12 was people he didn't know if he could trust sometimes. I mean, dude. So when we look at ourselves, we need to do that. And our God circle is us and God, right? The veil was torn. We don't need an interpreter. We don't. We can go to God. Then the 3, who in your life is going to God to? Because if they're not going to God to, they should not be in your 3. They shouldn't at all. Write that down. If they're not going to God to on their own, if they don't know the Lord, they should not be in your top 3. Because they're going to influence you. They say you can look at the 3 closest people to you and they can tell you what your future will look like. If you're hanging out with negative people, probably not going to do as much as God has called you to do, because the people closest to you are not cheering for you.